All right. Like the job post said, you guys have all responded to the little poster and the alien whale, uh, pulling off the little digital tab, contacting Mr. Johnson, letting him know your services are available, and they've messaged you back somewhat cryptically, letting you know that you and your team are together on a top floor of a parking garage, which the address has been given to you. It's in downtown Seattle. Um, and it doesn't seem to be like you're going to the meet. It seems like your first task will be to find the dead drop. That's well, maybe somewhere nearby. And so, with somewhat of an odd start, you all make your way in that direction. We're gonna pick it up as each of you, round the corner on the staircase or the driveway leading around and up the parking garage onto the top floor, which is exposed to the sky, and it's a bright and sunny afternoon day. Not even afternoon. It's only 11:15 in Seattle as you're standing on the roof of this parking garage. Let's quickly go down the line and learn a little bit about each of us, and then we'll see what's going on up here. So let's start with Arachne. If you want to describe what you look like, how'd you get there, and all that good stuff.
Sure. So Arachne is a tall, athletic elf with short, wild purple-red hair. Her eyes are silver in color. You can definitely tell they're cybernetic. Below her left eye, she has a spider tattoo. Skin is roughly almond in color. The other defining quality of her is you'll notice that her armor can tend to change colors and patterns depending on the environment that she's in. And every so often, she'll sometimes have different types of display and text. Currently, right now, her armor is very plain. She's not even advertising Shisu Ramo as samurai noodles at this time. How she would get to the run is she would take her Tata Hotspur, and most likely she's going to park on the bottom level of the parking garage and then make her way up to the meet.
Okay, so you're actually just gonna walk up then onto the roof itself.
Yeah, don't want to drive into something that might be unsatisfying, just in case. You never know. Gotta be
Yeah.
careful.
What type of gear are you rocking?
Let's bring my standard armor and fare. For weapons, we'll just bring my two suppressors under my line coat, and we'll leave the heavy stuff in the Tata.
Cool. How about Bunny?
Is it an open roof parking lot we're going into?
Yeah, the top floor is exposed to the sky.
Okay. Bunny's been a little more cautious about things, so she'll drive her fun one and park on the bottom level, but she'll actually send her Horizon Su-U3 drone on silent/stealth mode to check out the roof area as much as it can, and then she'll actually just walk up herself to that area as well. Probably following Arachne in a weird stalker mode. She's currently, or he is currently androgynous, so has that kind of look, but the typical white hair still because of the thinking it's the kind of being a meeting time with the steampunk style.
Yep, you see. Go give me a perception check for the drone.
It has a limit of 3, but it has various sensor mods, vision magnification, X-ray. I'm not sure that would apply in terms of distance because it's going to stay pretty far away from this place.
Okay. Yeah, scanning the top floor of the parking garage, you see most of the parking spots are filled with a variety of vehicles um, being, you know, into the workday of this Thursday. You imagine that most of this is occupants of some of the businesses downtown in the area. Nothing out of the ordinary catches your eye, except you see movement in the back of one car. The windows are mostly reflective, but you can kind of vaguely make out an outline of sort of a darker shape, sort of moving back and forth just slightly.
Can I direct my laser microphone at it and see if I can hear anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna whisper you some stuff as we hear about Ruben.
So Ruben is 6 foot and a white guy, 26-year-old, covered in bruises and cuts. Uh, he's wearing a very pretty nice looking suit with a his signature ballistic mask sticking out of his pocket because who needs holsters or backpacks? Um, and I am probably just going to take my jackrabbit and drive to the top of it because he doesn't know any better yet.
Sounds good. That's a-okay. How about Tortoise?
Oh, Tortoise. Tortoise is a male orc around 100. Average orc, average tall, average weight. Green eyes, has a short, messy hair. He will be heading out as soon as he gets the message on his Thundercloud Morgan. Will be heading to the garage. Upon seeing what kind of a climbing does the parking lot have to its upper floor? It's like roundabout of kind of thing, or it's like a corner kind of.
It has at the end, at the west end of the parking garage, on each floor, it sort of gradually raises. So by the time you get to the west end, you could make that 180-degree turn, and that going down the center lane will take you up to the next end, if that makes sense. That's
Oh,
how vehicles would get to the roof. Alternatively, there's a staircase that pedestrians could take.
no, staircases are overrated. He will try to take corners as fast as he can, like as he drifting through as much as he can possibly fit his car into that gap at the corners. So he
Alright.
will try to seek it. He will seek it as a challenge and try his best.
Roll me a pilot groundcraft. See if you can do a hairpin turn.
All right.
It's a bit crowded in there, being right in the middle of the workday. It's mostly just vehicles, though. You don't really see any people.
Apparently, there is no macros in here, so just give me a second, please. Well, I probably have a bump and dance in that.
Yeah, so the first one's not too bad as you grab your little stub and get inside and get back up to speed. You get off the first floor with a nice little turn and skid, and you're feeling pretty good about that. So you kind of push the pedal down a little bit more, see if you can get a little bit more of a screech going up the next one. You're gonna clip the bumper of a couple of cars right around the corner, and it's a bit jarring. Uh, your car is gonna take one box of damage, but otherwise you're moving. It definitely was not as clean as you were hoping it would be.
Righto.
And you're driving all the way to the roof then.
Yes, exactly.
All right. And then last but not least, we'll hear about Lifeline.
Okay, Lifeline is a human. He's built like a NFL linebacker. He's 6'2", 214 pounds. That's 1.87 meters and 97 kilos. Dark hair, brown eyes, fair skin. He's got like 2 or 3 days of beard growth on his face. He's wearing sort of nondescript armor. Looks like a sort of a fake leather jacket and jeans. He also has bright red cyber arms
with black go fastest stripes, although the stripes are difficult to see because of the sleeves of his jacket. He drives up to in his GMC Chameleon to the floor below the top, and taking his Go Anywhere med kit and his sidearm, he will head up to the roof on foot. But he will be walking along the ramps, not up the staircase.
Okay, that'll work. You probably have to stop sort of abruptly before you step into that path as a car comes skidding around the corner and blasting past you.
Do I recognize the driver, or are the windows tinted?
Tortoise, are your windows down or tinted?
Well, it's a dune buggy. It's probably down.
Oh, yeah, I don't think they even have windows. Do you know who Tortoise is?
Yeah. He was with me on the Lamprey run.
Then you probably think you saw him. I mean, he was going pretty fast, but that looked like a familiar face.
Okay, I'll sort of nod in his direction as he speeds off around the corner again.
And it's not long before the five of you find a very convenient clearing of cars, almost as if nobody parked in this small section of the top floor, where you all kind of congregate in your various vehicles or no vehicles, and you're sort of standing in a circle looking at each other. What do you do?
Oh, hi, Bunny. Hi, Arachne. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Nice to see you again, Lifeline. Tortoise, it's been a while.
Hey, it's been well.
Oh, is Mr. Sandwich here too? We'll see you when Ruban approaches.
Hello.
And I believe Arachne is doing something on the side. This is just OOC, so I won't see Arachne necessarily right now.
Well, she'll pop out of the darkness after a bit. And then she just looks at Tortoise saying, You know what discreet means, right?
What it means? Tell me.
I just shake my head and I just look at her vehicle and I'm like, got a new ding?
Tortoise is trying to scare the Arachne because he's still in the vehicle. I'm still in the vehicle. I will try to throttle up and break up at the exact moment before I hit the Arachne, if I can describe it. It is not clearly? Okay. I will try to Arachne off by braking at the sudden stop. The sudden stop in front of her with my car.
All right. You
And,
you want to try to make a sudden stop directly in front of Arachne.
Yep.
Roll me a pilot ground check.
Oh. Okay.
I'm not responsible for any vehicle damage that your car sustains.
If you don't die, I will gladly take that.
oh, jeez.
Oh, it's easy.
All right. Yeah, there's a bit of a screech. Arachne, you can see the black smoke is kicking up behind the tires as they've locked but are skidding, and just before you that little spidey sense tingles and you leap away, the buggy comes to a stop. It just barely taps your shins.
It's like a discreet kind of approach with the tires.
Hey, man. Hey.
It's pretty interesting, Tortoise. Did you know that your engine block has no sheet of metal protecting it from its radiator, and that an APS round at this range can pierce it within 0.5 of a second, leaving enough time for your engine to stall and die in under 2.3 seconds?
Wouldn't it also cause catastrophic failure of the cylinder heads, which would forcibly eject the cylinders? Probably quite violently.
Come on, this car saved our lives more than enough.
This way, Raddy just gives him a wink and says, "Okay, come on, Tortoise."
You know me, I won't do something like this ridiculous. I mean, come on.
Yes, you do make a fine target. That's why I want you to move there. into that big open area first.
Well, that's my job.
See, so much easier when they accept that route. Okay, pat Tortoise back. Go for it.
Tortoise just shrugs.
I thought Mr. Sanders was going to go first.
I'm fine with going first.
Where are you guys going first to?
The open area in the parking lot that suspiciously has no cars in it.
The top floor.
You're more or less standing there now. There's
Oh, we are.
there's
Okay.
nothing of note or interest in this semicircle.
All right.
So this is the place where we should be. So what now?
This kind of reminds me of a job I did back in the day. Look for possibly a dead drop. Something's maybe hidden, or check for any cameras, something that might be keeping an eye on us.
Well, does anyone of you see a camera?
Well, let's take a look. Ratney's going to go to the outskirts and start searching.
Tortoise too, actually.
Yeah, you guys
Lifeline's
can.
gonna
Oh, go ahead, Lifeline.
Lifeline's gonna start at the other end of the area from Arachne and search as well.
Sounds good. Yeah, you guys can choose to do your own perceptions, or you can choose to team up and assist one another. But
Can I use police procedure to set up like how to do this like the police would and get bonuses? Yeah.
sure, yeah, roll that up real quick. Let's see if you got through that semester in class before getting kicked out.
Let me guess, you got kicked out for fighting.
Yeah, with 2 hits, you I mean, you remember vaguely enough that it's important to thoroughly search an area before moving on, and kind of remember some of the techniques involved in that. That's going to lower everybody's threshold by 1, essentially, is how I'll treat that.
Take it.
Bunny will try to look for...
First one for the good. Arachne scared the Tortoise his shit out of it because she scared threatened his car to damage it by damaging it. So he searched his car in case of some kind of a explosive device or some sort is in placed on it. Then he starts searching around.
Oh, Tortoise, I'm hurt. You know I don't use explosives.
Well, we will never know if you use it. That's for sure.
You guys spend the better half of 30, 40, 50 minutes searching the top floor of this parking garage. As the hour mark hits, Arachne, you're pretty certain that if there's going to be anything in here or anything involved, anything mysterious planted in this place, it's either got to be in one of these cars or the light posts themselves have small little utility boxes, but they're sealed with the power company's warning of do not touch.
Is it usually a mechanical lock on those ones?
Yeah, there's only a small piece of like red tape over the seal, and then underneath that is a mechanical lock.
Oh, okay. But can't replace the red tape. Interesting. Okay, pass that information on to you guys. What do you want to try? That or the cars?
There's about 3 dozen cars and about 3 dozen light posts.
Well, you are the person who can glide, so be our guest.
Arachne, I can send my drone over to you. The rabbite.
Yeah, that might come in handy if you don't have any sensors.
Yeah, I mean, it has a little arms. It can do hardware stuff.
Oh, is it like a cute little T-Rex?
Yeah, it's a little bunny thing.
Okay, this seems a little strange, though.
It does seem a little strange. Is the cars arranged in a weird manner, like they're spelling a message?
You are that.
I'm just thinking. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know Matrix things.
if you fly your drone up above and take a look from up in the sky, it
Yeah.
says drop bombs here.
It really does?
No, it does not. They are randomly placed blocks of cards.
Dang it.
I have
But for a
a
second, you think
motion.
you saw that in the coloration.
I did a track urban thing, and one of the things is like they kind of can recognize like patterns in the tracking kind of thing. Is there any chance that I've ever recognized anything from like the car layouts, that sort of stuff?
Yeah,
tracking.
with Arachne's information, kind of taking a look at the pathways that have been created by pedestrians. The pathways to the cars seem rather overwhelming. There's just too much there, even with your knowledge and hits that you got. You don't really see anything of note. However, when Arachne points out that all of these poles have little power boxes on them, you could see the pathways that kind of have gone between them, and they all look about a month old or so, except to one in particular. Seems to have been approached very recently.
Sure. I'll point that out to the group and get my drone a little closer. And then have, hey, Arachne, maybe we should check out this one. The traffic looks a little fresher to this one versus the other ones.
All right. Let's take a good close look. Make sure it's not booby-trapped or anything.
There is literally a piece of red tape over top of it.
I don't want that to be on my tombstone. It was just a piece of tape.
No, but I'm saying like that's a trap, right? Like to touch this indicates that you have touched it.
Yeah.
It could be an alchemical piece of tape that's designed to set life for fireball or something.
Sure.
That's true.
Do you want me to try to have the drone look at it first or something?
I can open it.
Wait, I wait. Ruben doesn't have a ponytail. I grab Ruben by the neck.
Jeez.
Stay.
Arachne's holding you firmly by the scruff of your neck, and you feel compelled to listen to her commands all of a sudden. She may give you a treat.
You know, since you mentioned that, I will now quickly pull out one of my dry packs of ramen, hand it to Ruben, and I'll walk over to the red tape.
I'm not taking it. I'm just letting you.
It just falls to the ground.
I'll pat Ruben on the head and say, "Good boy."
Lifeline will quite happily take the ramen off of Arachne.
Yeah, so like Arachne, without even looking, kind of just takes a bag of ramen out and like shoves it into Ruben's chest. Ruben doesn't react; it just drops to the ground, and then Lifeline kind of leans forward and scoops it up, looks at it, and puts it in one of your tactical pockets.
Broke, bro.
So
These things don't have any soy in them. You try finding soy-free food in the Barrens; it's not easy.
Arachne, I know you're such a good sneaker. You can get my help, hopefully, with the drones. I'll keep an eye out for anything too.
Well, you might want to keep it back just in case. We're just going to do a quick check just so that I can put my paranoia away.
Hey, speaking of paranoia, how close is everybody standing to Arachne while she does this?
What is it? What's 10 meters?
She's
is 30
on
feet?
top of the light post, right?
No. It's on the ground. It's
Oh.
it's about shoulder height.
Well, I pulled out my shield to see what kind of motions is it, if it's as a thermal signs or any thermal signs.
Nah, it's reading mostly sort of a cold blue.
Well, still, I will be hiding behind my shield.
All right, so you use the shield as justification. I'm looking at thermal signs, guys, but then you just leave it there in case something explodes in front of you.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Lifeline was looking at thermal anyway. He just didn't have a shield in his hand.
Yeah, it's mostly reading unexpected, shades of blue for non-living matter.
Okay,
I'll be
Lifeline
11 meters behind.
be 5 meters to the side.
Yeah, I'll be closer to the
this
end.
this light pole, is it one of the ones that is on the side, at the outside of the parking lot, which sort of is to the street, or is it on the inside that's like to the ramp that goes down to the floor below?
Here, I drew a thing very vaguely. for frame of reference, we can move over here quickly.
See, we should have met at the Stuffer Shack.
Yeah.
If I inspect it, can I use my engineering knowledge to see if it's something dangerous or not? Just some regular fuse box or some sorts?
Yeah, I mean, just by having the engineering knowledge, I'll give you the fact that this looks standard. You definitely recognize this as normal procedure. This is just a light post. It's got a little solar panel on the top of it, and that's probably how it gets most of its energy. It probably is connected to the grid, and you imagine that might be what's in this box. Would be whatever the junk necessary to connect to the grid is.
Okay, I still haven't figured out how to ping on Roll20, but can you see that arrow?
Sure
has?
can,
Okay, the other end of that arrow is where Lifeline is standing, assuming the cross is the light pole.
Yep. Yeah, the little orange. I should drag. Everybody should be dragged down to see in view now. Our little orange X is the light post. Just so you guys see where you're at, and this is roughly the neighborhood you're in.
It's just a regular fuse box. Don't worry about it.
I don't know.
I mean,
Chance to
come
name all the
on.
buildings.
If
So-
Arachne leaves it, I will grab the box.
Oh no, Arachne's already made the roll.
Oh, sorry.
Arachne, yeah, you don't see anything out of the ordinary. Looks like a small metal tin, about the size of a modem or a router, and it's got a thin piece of red tape, and behind that you can see the indent of a mechanical lock.
Okay. Let's grab a little knife out, we'll cut the tape, and we'll expose the electronics and see what we find.
Okay. With a snip, the tape is unsealed. You're able to peel back the half that you need to. You see the lock, and it's a bit rusty, but if you want to try to pick it.
Oh yeah, let's give it a shot. And you said it was a mechanical, correct?
It is, yeah. Looks like this was probably installed back in the 50s and hasn't been touched since.
Or so we think. Does it look like it's been recently looked over?
Oh, I don't mean touched as in opened. I just mean it hasn't been, installed
lock hasn't.
or cleaned or anything like that. Yeah, there's definitely
Okay.
obvious wear and tear of it being used, but
Gotcha.
yeah. In fact, on the tape itself, if you look, it actually has the date, sometime last month when it was supposedly, last checked on. Yeah, it
But
takes.
none of the other light poles have that same date, do they?
No, all the light posts do have the exact same date, oddly enough.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
The only reason I thought this light pulse was because I was looking at the traffic patterns, I guess.
Yeah, there was a bit more dirt towards the other poles compared to this one. It looks like it had. This one specifically had been walked up to recently. When you with 6 hits, you take a moment. Is this with a lockpick kit or is this an auto picker?
Both actually.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't take you too long at all, and the little metal door slides open just slightly. Apparently, there's not enough weight to sort of keep it in place, so now that it's been unlocked, it kind of opens just an inch.
I'm just gonna have the drone fly up higher and just see if there's any, like, in terms of buildings, like looking at us, that sort of thing. People or other drones.
I mean, there's a lot of traffic in the skies. There's drones, flying here and there.
Yeah.
Whereabouts in the sprawl are we again?
You're centrally located in downtown.
Yeah. I'm just looking for
okay.
weapons or anything like that, drones with weapons or people with
Okay.
weapons that could possibly be there.
Yep.
Something more obvious.
Nothing out of the
Yeah.
ordinary.
Okay.
You do see a Pelican drone that's got a big plastic bag in its mouth, and out of the top you can see, a big like logo of Samurai Noodles.
Ooh. Hey, Arachne, do you want some samurai noodles?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay.
What?
I would have had it. I could have possibly had my drone snatch that samurai noodles.
All right, Arachne, you're gonna peel back the door.
Yeah, let's take a look and see what's here, and hopefully nothing blows up in my face.
Roll me a surprise check.
Oh boy.
That's reaction intuition, correct?
It is, yeah. You brace for impact as you grab the thin metal door. It's really cold in your hands as you slowly pull it back, sort of springing forward, which is a bit jarring, but you stay focused and then kind of react accordingly as a sort of what do they call it? The vanilla folders fall out towards you and lands on the ground, sort of scattering at your feet.
Huh. Okay.
What
Okay,
the ghost
dude.
is that?
Looks clear. Check that out. With that, I'm going to walk over to Ruben.
Is that paper?
That is real paper. I haven't
It
seen any
is.
of these before.
Like, no, I'm like here.
Okay.
You guys look. Ruben's like kind of hiding behind his car, but he might just be tying his shoe. It's hard to tell.
So as I get close to Ruben, just kind of yell at him, I'm like, "Hey, Ruben, come here. Look, about what happened, I'm sorry. Sometimes my reactions kind of go ahead of me. I didn't mean to grab you like that. It's just lately, it's just, I want to make sure you're okay. You got to be careful."
I'm always okay. Don't worry, Arachne. It'll be okay.
Lifeline, you mind opening the package just because I think you have stronger hands than me?
What, do you want me to
Don't
open
do
it,
this
Bunny?
to me, Bunny.
No, Ruben's way off to the side, so I'm just trying to influence Lifeline to do it. It
Sorry,
could be a
what do you want me to
doll.
open?
Oh, the paper packet's over there. I just don't. I'm a little leery about touching stuff. I might get a paper cut.
Okay. So the manila file folder fell on the floor and there's paper all over the place. Is that right?
I think they're
Yep.
still inside the. Is it
Oh
still
no,
inside the pack?
a couple have come loose. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll try to chase down the loose ones then if they're gonna do that way.
Yeah, no, it's all right. They're mostly right there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go and pick up some of the paper because I've never felt paper before.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, you're still not feeling paper because you don't have real hands.
Well, yeah.
No, poor Lifeline.
Yeah, okay, this is true.
But it's there, and you've got it in your little metal claws. You flip it over and kind of brush off some of the dirt that's on it. The very first page
Is
you
it in ink?
say, or the very first page you see rather, says this. As I'll type it to you.
Big booty bitches in your area now.
It's just an advertisement.
Hey, that's fine. Lifeline's all for that kind of stuff.
I don't know why Ruben's laughing. He was one of them before.
Wait, what?
I saw him on an advertisement. I could have sworn it was him.
That's the very top page, Lifeline. What's your first reaction? Those are the words on the page.
So I read that and I'm like, huh?
You're standing directly in front of the light post. The box door has kind of like come to that natural resting spot, almost completely closed again, just about an inch open. What's your first reaction?
I'm going to look up the pole, look down the pole, crouch down and look in the box and try and find the camera.
Yeah, when you open up the door and sort of peer inside, behind the tangle of wires, you can see the reflectiveness of a lens looking directly back at you. You can kind of make out your face in it.
Oh, there's a camera in here.
Well, yeah, it's a Johnson, right? Do you want to talk to us or something?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay.
What's
But yeah,
the
there's a camera, and a piece of paper
say?
says,
You know what the papers
"Did you
say.
spot the camera?"
Oh, we didn't. We spotted now because you told us about it.
Yeah.
And so you instinctually sort of flip the page over to the next page, and it says, "Good. Now listen."
The paper keeps saying back to us, or we're reading this.
That's what the second page says. Yeah.
Okay. Well, read the third page then, or is there any more pages?
Do you guys?
I will listen out and see if I can hear anything out of place.
Okay. Make me an audio perception with a +3. Do you listen to Bunny and flip the page to the third, or do you make this check first?
I'm going to make the check first because I think he's probably playing some kind of game or something.
And Bunny will just go to the camera directly and kind of try to be positioned so that she can face the camera.
Okay, I got 6 hits on my perception test.
All right. I'm gonna need just a second to type out a message here.
Okie dokie.
Bunny, what did you say you were doing as Lifeline puts his ear to the wind?
Bunny's gonna just crouch in front of the camera, like thinking it's gonna be like a weird face-to-face video feed kind of
All right,
contact.
so you kind of like nudge Lifeline off to the side and just you spot the camera in the box, and you can just see your reflection in it, and you're just kind of
And then
there.
I'll wave. Yeah, I'll just wave to it, kind of thing, like thinking the feed's gonna enable something,
Right, yeah.
even though the papers are obviously what we have to read.
Okay, Lifeline pauses to let his senses free, and then he turns to the north, looks up a little bit, and tries to use vision magnification in his cyber eyes to zoom in on whatever he sees there.
Yeah, you guys all kind of see as Lifeline. It's very reminiscent of even like a Havelock move where he kind of like puts his nose to the wind. Only Lifeline just sort of centers himself and lets his ear kind of do its work. Eventually, he steps to the concrete barrier to the north here, and he focuses his attention in this direction here. And you see him scanning up the building. In Lifeline, it's not long before you find what you're looking for. Half leaning out of a window. They've got an arm raised and they're waving. If and with your vision magnification, you can see that the wave is also displaying just 3 fingers in the air.
Three fingers. Well, they want 3 of us to go over there? I will forward my camera view from my cyber eyes to the rest of them. It's like, what is that? Our Johnson?
Is he missing
I don't
his
know.
other 2 fingers?
Could I judge intentions by this any chance? The 3 fingers waving, are they smiling? What's their facial expression?
Do you have vision magnification?
My drone doesn't feed it to me. Otherwise, I have the link from Lifeline right now. That he's directly looking at the person because he has his image link. He's feeding to us, right?
That is correct.
So I think I do have vision magnification. Let me look here. One sec.
I put on my mask on to see it has vision magnification and enhancement.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah, I
you
do.
guys
I have
are
it on my phone. Yeah, I do.
just to fill the rest of you in as well. You guys are looking. You're looking at this northern building. The building itself it probably stretches close to 100 stories. It's one of the large, um, one of the large office buildings that dot the city. Uh,
Sure.
about 30 some stories up. Nobody's counting, but you imagine, it's significantly up in the air, sticking out of a window apparently. If they even opened this high up, you can see a man leaning halfway out.
Waving.
Yeah,
Okay.
waving three fingers at you guys. Um,
Well,
and
he's quite a daredevil, isn't he?
I'm going to look at the third page.
And
Yeah.
to answer Tortoise's question, no, it doesn't look like his other two fingers are missing. He seems to be intentionally holding three fingers in the air, and at that, Lifeline flips to the third page. It says, "Come get me." And you read that. You look back up in the window, and just at that moment, the window's shutting, and the man has disappeared.
Oh, great.
Oh, you bet.
Oh, Drac.
Tortoise rushes to his car.
So we've got to go and get him.
There's one more page in the little clunk of papers that you have, but that's all the third page says.
Okay, I'll look at the fourth page.
It is a screenshot of a bank statement with 40,000 new yen ready to be transferred.
Okay, so we're getting paid 40,000 new yen to walk into that building, get that guy, and get him outside.
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll just have to go get him. We're running out of time, though. We gotta get over there.
How high this window is up
And this
from
is
our
during.
location?
You take a moment. Somebody roll me a memory check. See now that the wall is completely flush. Let's see who can remember which window it was.
Not Bunny.
Bunny critically glitches.
I'm pretty sure he's on the third floor. And he forgot to add the 0 to that.
Bunny's like, I think he went in the stuffer shack. Really want a burrito.
I want a vegan burger. That stuffer shack looks really good.
All right, taking a moment to count and sort of, the group of you kind of confirming it, completely ignoring Bunny, who's not even convinced it was a man anymore. You put him on the 26th floor.
It's daytime, right? We can't just grapple over or something weird.
Yeah, it's just past noon at the moment.
Okay.
And what zone
I'm
are
going
we
to
in?
look over the edge down into the street. Can I see an entrance to that building from the road next to this parking lot?
Yeah, so the building itself you see is separated. It is not connected like most of the office buildings in the area, so it's got alleyways down both sides. You also see a very large staircase directly in the front of the building with a platform on the top where a very long set of doors that seem to be designated in and outs are sitting next to the entranceways on the right. There is a small, what seems to be a security checkpoint that seems to be doing some basic scans of people that are entering the building.
It's an office building then? Is that what I heard, right?
Yeah, it seems to be a shared office space. You imagine
And
there's
then
probably tons of businesses that work in here.
what zone are we in? Like a B or A or?
Anybody have area knowledge?
I do not. But I
You're
can
in
maybe
Seattle.
tell. All right. fashion, maybe? Can I look at what clothes they typically were wearing in this kind of foot traffic area?
Sure. Yeah, I can see how that can apply. Be a bit of a more difficult threshold, but
4 hits on 6 dice.
I'll give it to you. You seem to be in a B zone.
Okay. Looks like a B zone.
Can we see any defining logos on the building?
The building. Well, are you looking in meat space or in AR?
Both.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, both for sure.
In meat space, it's definitely it's a glass tower, and the tower itself is perfectly square by the looks of it. You're not obviously taking a ruler to measure, but it looks very, very precise. And as it spirals upwards, it also kind of twists slightly, almost like a Twizzler would if it were a giant building made of glass. There's no distinguishing features whatsoever about it besides this predominant twist in the architecture. In
What's a
AR,
Twizzler?
oh god, it's licorice, and it twists. That's why it's a Twizzler. It's just a rotating thing.
Yeah, let's get him a Google image. One second.
Yeah, you take care of that for our non-American junk food eaters. And in AR, however, there are dozens of corporate logos that seem to be floating attached at various levels of the structure. They probably represent which businesses are in this building.
Okay, which ones are floating around the 26th floor?
Between the floors of 25 and 31, there are no logos whatsoever.
I have my Corp Scout cookie license I just got. Do you want me to try to get in that way?
Well, let's try this. Let's do a matrix search for the actual address of the building and see what that brings up. Nothing. Never mind.
Arachne, do you have any boiling water on you?
I could get some.
I thought the
That's
bar had
fine.
a cappuccino machine.
I just wondered if your flask was still full.
No, I left that in the Tata.
Fair enough. So there's nothing on AR over that one, over those floors.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm short. I think we just have to go. I'm going. Well, let me duck away here and I'll try to get in at least socially. Not sure what else we can do. Can't really summon a spirit or anything to look for him right there because it's a B zone.
Yeah, let's try that approach, Bunny. Let's take a look and see if this building is actually manned or this guy's playing some type of game with us.
Yeah.
We can always do the old medical emergency shtick.
Yeah. Let me just take a peek on the astral, see how many spirits I'm looking at around this building.
Okay.
Just astral perception stuff. I want to see if there's anything around there has.
Sure.
Like watcher spirits, that sort of thing. I don't know if you need a sensing roll or anything.
You're not in a pressing situation where failing would mean you couldn't do it again. So, I'll give you the fact that there are actually various wards on this building as it goes up. You can see distinctly different ones, as well as various watcher spirits that seem to be patrolling at various elevations.
Yeah, so typical B zone stuff. There's a lot of watcher spirits, a lot of mana barriers and lodges and stuff like that.
Right.
Okay, all right. Looks like pretty well protected corp building. I see a lot of magic wards and spirit skies. So we just gotta do the mundane stuff so we don't set off too much stuff. So I'll duck to the side and do makeover / fashion to change my clothes. Who's gonna come with me for the corp scout? Who can be a convincing corp scout girl?
I look at Ruben.
Ruben?
Nope.
I'm pretty sure,
Like,
Ruben, I'm pretty sure you
I've
could
got a
pass up.
picture here that says differently.
Oh yeah, I could have sworn I saw him on the side of a truck. You look pretty good as a girl, but maybe it was someone else.
Nope.
It was an McHughes.
Wasn't me.
Are you sure it wasn't you?
Ruben, roll con.
Don't make me do this.
Are you sure it wasn't you, Ruben?
I can see because I only have one die, and Bunny's rolling 6.
Plus, I think I take away a die for your favorite thing.
Yeah, Bunny, you can tell that Ruben is lying, but you can also sense the fragile skeleton of a man who could break at any moment if you were to call him on this lie. Choose your
Sure.
next words wisely.
All right. I just wanted some muscle around this just in case. I feel like a Corpse Scout person would have like their guidance counselor or something. What do they have? That sort of thing around
Mom?
them.
I think they usually have
Yeah.
their mom.
Arachne, you can be my mom, right?
Wait, are you saying I'm old?
No, I mean, I'm shorter than you, and I can dress myself in the hello, would you like some cookies kind of thing.
I mean, you're an elf too, so
Works
doesn't-
out.
Fine, I'll be the mom. You know
Don't
what?
worry.
You know what? This is symbolic because a lot of times it feels like I am the mom, and I just look at all of you, and shake my head.
It's all right.
Lifeline blows a raspberry at Arachne. Seeing as Arachne's an elf, so she looks like she's 20. Lifeline looks like he's in his mid-30s because he is. And so it's kind of, the irony of the situation visually.
Wait, are you trying to be the dad?
No, he's he's quite happy with the analogy, but it's the juxtaposition of he looks older, she's saying she's the mum, and then he
Yeah.
blows a raspberry, which is a very childish thing to do.
Do you want to roll the fashion dice, or should I? For the opposed.
Oh, you can oppose this one.
This is on Arachne stuff too, by the way. I'm not sure how high your things are, Arachne, in terms of armor look.
They're pretty good. I take a good look at you, and I reprogram my armor to mimic it. Because, mamas and daughters, they like to wear the same stuff, right? It's like corny, but, they do it. Yeah, it's corny. Also, Bunny, you understand we're leaving Tortoise and Ruby behind without supervision? Oh, wait, no, Lifeline's there. We're safe.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Hey.
sure Lifeline's going to be a good dad to them or something. Maybe you guys want to try going to the back side just in case they're trying to escape that way, and see if you can find it in through not the front way. So we can try to make sure we pinch into the area.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that.
Yeah. Otherwise, I can try to lead this thing, but I only have. We can either try to be a reporter crew, but I have no idea about this building, or I can try to be the Corpse Scout cookie, which I think will be more convincing in case we just randomly show up.
Yeah. Corpse Scout cookies are probably more effective, but we should lurk around in the shadows around the alleyways to see if there's another way in.
Yeah, definitely. If not, we can also throw you some rope. Maybe I can hopefully do that.
Yeah, that would help. Out of character, Ruben, are you the same character that was in that one shot I played in?
He's basically the same character.
He has more sculpted eyebrows now, though, if I remember right. He's went through a lot of makeover spells.
And about 3 extra skull fractures.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah,
I just
you guys ran together, yes.
Yeah, okay, cool, fair enough. I just wanted to check that.
Okay. I'll change my clothing to a 2. Fashion probably only got 1 total hit, so it's just a little bit of coloring. I'll use my disguise kit. Probably has the Corpse Scout cookie stuff, so it'll be the plaid pleated skirt with the, I guess, green vest thing look and the beret. And the makeover is just to change the hair color to pigtails and the younger look.
I'll say you currently you went with male today, right?
Yeah. That's why the
Okay.
makeover spell is no, it's androgynous because I rolled 3 for the gender
Oh,
scale.
three. Okay, three's in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll use the makeover to switch it all over and that sort of thing.
Oh, okay,
And
gotcha.
and I'm gonna use a makeover on Arachne too, just to give her that kind of mom look, so we look very similar.
Draw some
Add
bags
50
under her
pounds.
eyes. And... Yeah.
But let me
Hang
roll
on.
composure because I have to make sure I don't do the trickster rabbit thing on her. That should be okay.
Anybody who's played with Arachne for more than like 2 games probably recognizes that you guys have been standing here for close to an hour and a half, and she hasn't eaten ramen yet.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I asked if she had any boiling water, because I'm surprised that she hadn't asked me for this packet back.
Yeah, it's
She
very
tried to
strange.
eat. She tried to eat ramen underwater while training to do diving.
Those are good times. It's a little salty though.
From the seawater?
Maybe. All I know is I was a little crazy afterward, and Lifeline said something about I'm not supposed to be drinking that kind of water.
Oh no. But what about the kelp? It would be like the miso ramen.
I think
There was
my
an
exact
idea.
I think my exact phrase was, "You weren't supposed to drink that. Here, drink this."
Oh, okay. You're always looking out for us. See, you're like Dad. Speaking of Dad, you should try to watch the back along with the other 2 kids. All
Yeah. I'm gonna.
I'm offended.
right.
I'm going to move my car to like the ground floor, the first floor, and then sort of just bimble across the street and
Speaking
down
of
into the
which,
alleyway.
who has a normal car? Lifeline does a Jackrabbit. I heard right earlier.
I do.
No, I've got a chameleon.
Is that a normal looking car? Because I don't want to just pull up.
Yeah, it is.
Or I guess we'd just be walking on the street. Never mind. We'll just walk on the street, like we're doing the rounds of the buildings. All right. Do I need like an etiquette check or anything just to when we're approaching this building?
Yeah, so let me get this straight. Arachne and Bunny are going to approach the front door, and then the other 3 of you are gonna take a peek around the back.
Yeah.
Is there an
Yep.
order in which you would like to accomplish that?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I don't want to take too much face time, so if they want to go first to the infiltrating back, I think that'd be best in case they're trying to escape out the back or anything right now. And then we'll approach the door right away after we see them duck through the alley.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, you guys move down to the first floor, kind of, take a moment, look over your gear, get yourself situated. Nobody really said anything, and I think it's quite poetic in a way. Not a single person decided verbally whether or not you were doing this. You guys received instructions. You've been indicated that there is money on the line, and you kind of all snap into runner mode, and it doesn't seem like there was even a choice to be had. You're doing this job, and with that, the 5 of you still kind of in a semicircle, kind of nod and break away into your respective directions, splitting up. You cross the street, sort of in a big group, not just by yourselves, but there's other civilians there as well, and 3 of you kind of veer for the alleyway, while Arachne and Bunny standing at the bottom of what now looks to be a very long staircase up. It's much taller from down here than it was from at the 4th floor of the parking garage. And at the top, you can see the little security tent that you could hear like the beeping and the buzzing of security equipment.
Sure. I obviously left most of my stuff that was illegal, and I just have a stack of Corp Scout cookies in my hand and a small like backpack.
How about Arachne?
The idea of leaving behind my 2 Remingtons.
You could still bring them. Your mom. You have to protect your kid. You have a
Jeez.
quick
Yeah,
carry.
you know what? I've lived in Seattle long enough to know that that's a thing. So we're gonna keep the pistols.
Okay.
Are they room sweepers?
They are.
Yeah, as long
Oh
as you
wait,
have
no,
the license.
no, sorry,
for it.
not Room Sweeper. That's the other brand. No, these are the suppressors.
Okay.
Are suppressors restricted?
I think all guns are restricted, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well,
you have
The
a 6
suppressors
They have-
actually are
No, not
forbidden.
quite.
they have suppressors on them, which make me think they might be forbidden.
Yeah, they probably are.
The suppressors itself is
I
forbidden.
think it's
yeah.
built. It's literally like built into the
Yeah,
gun.
no, 6R. Even though suppressors are forbidden, Remington suppressors are restricted.
They're not. Yeah.
All right.
Well, interestingly, my car was also have a gun emplacement on it,
The
but
gun
it's
mounts,
still, but it is availability. There is no availability. It's not restricted. The car itself.
Yeah, it's not legal, or it's not illegal to have a mount. It's illegal to put something in the mount.
Yeah. that's
Some of
like
the
whole
mounts
thing.
are illegal.
Yeah, some of the mounts actually are illegal.
Oh,
yeah.
are they?
Yeah, they just
Yeah,
add
the
one on.
mounts themselves. I mean, the mounts legality won't change the vehicle's legality, but if anyone spots it, then they will know it's illegal and they will
Yeah,
proceed accordingly.
Gotcha.
that's
All right.
why it's weird for Thunder Morgans.
Yeah.
Anyway, here, so Lifeline leading Ruban and Tortoise around. Are you going to go to the east or the west, Alex?
East. It seems closer.
Yeah, it would be closer.
Yeah, east works.
Okay. You pass in front of it. Take a moment to look down the alleyway before you commit. You can see it's a long alleyway. It seems to stretch all the way to the next block. And you see a couple of typical alleyway signs. There's dumpsters. There's some loose trash. There's actually a couple of people walking up and down it. Seems to be a bit of a footpath. You guys turn and commit, heading down the alleyway yourselves, and you see along the side of the building that you're interested in looking at. You do actually see a solid metal door about halfway down the building. It doesn't have a door handle or anything, though.
So we could definitely get in. It might take me a minute, but we could definitely get in.
You see Ruben clenching his fist as he says that.
Well, I brought mini welder and crowbars.
Okay, so we have a. I'm going to look at the door.
It's a door, I think.
Taking a moment to sort of stare at the door. I'll just let you buy a couple of hits here since you're not in any danger. It is a solid metal door. It looks well maintained. It seems to open as a standard door. You also notice where a doorknob should be a slight coloration difference. And when you kind of like reach your hand out instinctually to sort of investigate that oddity, the little piece of metal there slides up very rapidly and exposes what looks to be a keypad and a fingerprint scanner.
Oh, interesting. So it looks like keypad and biometric access. I'll look at my hand and then look at the other two. Yeah, I don't have fingerprints.
I have, but I don't think it will match.
Same.
How fucked up would it be if your fingerprints matched, Tortoise?
Well, we can try.
No, I.
No, I won't.
I don't think they'll. I seriously doubt they'll match either. No, it's just. Okay.
Excuse me, but what was this building again?
It is a smorgasbord of corporations. This seems to be just dozens of different corporations work out of this building.
Okay.
We're not talking any of the like AAAs or anything like that. Maybe some subsidiaries, but nothing of note. At least there's too much for you to spot anything of note.
Okay.
After a moment of inactivity, the little metal piece slides back down with a bit of a clink as it seals again.
Can I send my drone over to them? Because they're still on our comms and everything, or do you know?
I mean, you're right on the staircase of this building. Do you want to have your Girl
Well,
Scout
my
pull
drones
out a drone?
fly. No. The drones don't always flying in the air way above us. It hasn't come back down to me.
Oh, it's still flying in the air.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
I mean,
Noted.
it's
But yeah, you can have that go over to them.
yeah. I'll have it drop down and say drones available, and I'll give the marks to would I trust Ruban with it? Tortoise probably. Lifeline. Felt like Lifeline is the most competent of the engineers, or of like engineering types. So I'll give the marks to Lifeline then. And it has 8 hardware dice if you need
Uh,
it.
if I look up,
Okay.
do I see any open windows or some sort of openings into the building?
You do see windows. The building's almost completely made of windows. None of them on a. I mean, I guess. Let's see here. Hang on.
How out of sight are we from the street?
So I was just coughing a bunch. Quickly to answer Tortoise. Yeah. On the 7th story, there is a window open. Beyond that, there's a few, but they're kind of scattered up the side of the building.
So it's about 20 meters up, right?
Yeah, about 21 meters up.
Hmm.
What did you ask, Lifeline?
Okay. I mean, this is a B-rated zone. What I'm asking is, are we far enough away from the street and sort of out a direct line of sight of people that wearing a ballistic mask wouldn't look too odd?
Yeah, you didn't actually even see this door until you started walking down the alleyway. It's not that it's hidden, it's a very straight alleyway, but there's just sort of enough junk, at least from the direction you came from, that you weren't really noticed. You wouldn't really be noticed by anybody walking along the sidewalk.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to quickly pop on my mask and do a search with the sensor array built into it.
Okay.
I've got X-ray and microwave radar, cyberware scanner, and all that sort of stuff, just to get a feel for this door. I know I have no clue about hardware, but at least maybe I can spot something through the door or the door frame or something.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll that up. And what were the sensors again? Actually, I can look at your.
Yeah, they're on my sheet. Hang on a second.
Camera's weird. They don't show the sensor array sometimes. Maybe on the ballistic mask they do.
That's why Hugh Lab's better.
I know. That's funny. If you want to, the drone can maybe help. It has pretty similar array setup. X-ray,
Let's
vision
see.
mag.
Atmospheric, cyberware scanner, MAD scanner, motion sensor, ultrasound, olfactory, radio signal, and Geiger. Oh man, this thing is radiated to hell no.
Yeah, I'm hoping the Geiger counter isn't going to tick up.
Yeah, that one is pretty silent. Except for the fact it probably rained last night, so there's, the soft ticking of Seattle's acid rain.
Okay, here's a question for you. Can I have the mask like on my person and the sensors still working and then wirelessly connected to my gear so I can see them?
You just want like the mask to be like clipped to your vest or something?
Yeah, I'm wearing my fanny pack, which has got my small med kit in it, and there's enough space to put the mask in there, I guess. And because it's with me, I could still use it.
Yeah, I see the use. I'd allow it.
Okay, in that case, I will take the mask out of my fanny pack, turn the sensors on, put the mask back into my fanny pack, and then look through the sensor array to see what I'm seeing.
Sure.
Perception test, yeah?
Yeah, give me a perception. Yeah, it looks like there's only about one sensor here that's going to be immediately relevant to you. Just see if you can get a hit. And actually, we'll resolve that in a minute, anyways. So as the three of them sort of gather around this door, Lifeline clicks on his sensor array, gets it into position, and goes to check the reading. Get 3 hits. We're gonna zoom out of the alleyway, leave that on a little bit of a cliffhanger, and over towards the staircase, which you guys have finally climbed, Arachne and Bunny. You're standing in line behind a couple of what look to be well-dressed corp people, and you can see the 4 security guards standing there with their various instruments and tools, scanning over the people and then shuffling them inside. You have a moment, if you wish, to turn around and run before it's your turn. What do you do?
We'll stay in line and act natural, act casual.
Roll me a couple of etiquette checks. And if either of you have Girl Scout cookie etiquette, you can take a +2.
I have media, but not Girl Scout cookie. I don't think they're technically media.
No, they are not the media.
Ooh, look at Arachne.
All right, Arachne, you're focusing mostly on keeping little Bunny's hair in place. It keeps falling out from behind her ear, and doing the mom thing.
Yeah, the strand of hair over her ear, all that kind of stuff. Any boys looking at her, giving her the evil eyes.
Yeah, one of the guys leaving the exit door is just like a sort of a slightly overweight corporate guy. He's got his shirt like seems to be mostly half untucked, and he's got like a big sandwich in his hands, and he kind of like glances over your way, and you like scowl at him just defensively, and he kind of like looks frightened for a moment, and then waddles down the stairs off onto his
Yeah,
lunch
you
break.
better run.
And yeah, you guys finally realize it's your turn. There are 4 security guards sort of standing there staring at you. One of them's like, I said next.
And Bunny will just step through.
Hang on, little girl. Mom, what are we here for?
Oh, well, you see, today my daughter's willing to build her character bit. She's got some wonderful items that I believe that many of you would like to partake in.
Would you like some cookies?
The guard goes from looking at Mom, like sort of chin in chest, down towards Bunny, looks back up and says, "Did you fill out a permit?"
Yeah, I got one right here, I think. I'm a public license here for Corp Scout. It's in my form right here, and then it'll be broadcasted on the sim.
All right. What rating is the license?
It is a rating 5.
All right. I think that's probably a good cliffhanger too, as I'm just about to type out the sin checker. We're going to go ahead and take a break. Let me end the recording for a moment, and then I'm going to explain the break to us.
Yeah.